Maria ride that D? It's TRNDZA and we... What? Okay. It's TRNDZA and we are back with another video, besties, and today we are catching up on Real Housewives of Durban season 4 episode 9. Let's get into the tea, besties, because it's quite piping hot. So as we know, the ladies previously embarked on a trip to Drakensberg, which ended in a hot mess. From Angel departing the trip due to her being caught out in her lies, to Maria totally going completely ballistic by trying to pick up chairs and swing on people. Let's get to the tea on what actually went down on this infamous trip to Drakensberg. In the recent episode, the ladies ultimately recount their disastrous trip, as well as the infamous comment that was made by a lot of the ladies from the dinner table in the previous episode regarding Neil and Maria, as I would like to call it, the infamous dick situation, which really caused an uproar. Apparently, Maria was straddling Neil, which a lot of the ladies claimed to have seen, and was a little bit inappropriate, which I could actually say, yes, it was quite inappropriate for her to do. Neil was obviously heartbroken and upset that this was actually being said about him, which led to him ultimately breaking down and opening a bigger conversation about his sexuality and just him being incredibly bothered regarding the situation. He then mentions that his partner didn't really pay any of this any attention, as he knew that it was just all gossip and tea. Ultimately leads the ladies, Joku and Maria, as well as Zama, to comfort him and rally behind him in support, because our boy Neil was not doing well. So we move forward to Maria and Slee's little get together regarding them speaking about prior issues that they've had in the past. The two were actually quite close in the past, so it was kind of like a blow to the stomach, them not being as close as they used to be, which they actually bring up in this little meet-up on how their friendship has drifted apart. This then prompts Slee to bring up Manoli, which is Maria's husband, and asking her where he is, which Maria claims that he is there. So what does there mean? Because apparently he is abroad, which Maria did actually mention in a previous episode. This brings a lot of curiosity and confusion among the ladies, mainly Slee, Sorisha and ameigh, which is kind of weird because why are we talking about Maria's marital issues, which she's actually quite been open about, whereas in the first or second episode she did mention that she is not in a happy relationship. So why does that bother them? Why do they want to dig and know more? Furthermore, ameigh's event was a snooze fest as usual. Never seen her serve, never seen her do a damn thing. So ameigh, the banditi who wants everyone to be scared of her, recently hosted an event that was supposed to be launching her loungewear, like a high tea situation, which was at Umhlanga Rocks, and only 2 guests came, which was Sorisha and Slee, which was like, oh, okay, where are the other ladies? However, she did mention that she did not invite Maria and Zama for obvious personal reasons, but then went on to say that the other ladies are brainless and have no backbones just because they didn't come to an event, which then poses the question, would you go to an event where you know you're not wanted there? Which is what ameigh has done previously. So I don't understand that little, hypocrisy with ameigh. So as this trio is talking and talking, Slee then brings up the idea to meet up with RD, which is Rough Diamond. And as you know, Rough Diamond is actually Nonku's ex-fiance, who apparently scammed her out of money and building materials. Which is quite concerning how they did not say anything about this, as to this is actually quite a bad idea, or this is quite inappropriate, because for me personally, I just think that why does she need to heal by meeting up with a Rough Diamond? It does not make sense to me. Honestly, Slee's thinking in this situation was quite shaky, and I didn't understand why she came to the conclusion that she did. But anyway, we will get into that. Not only is it inappropriate But how would she feel if Nonku met up with her ex-husband, whom actually rocked her world, and to go talk about healing with that very same man who hurt her in the past? It's just quite questionable, and I don't think Slee's intentions are pure. I think she's trying to dig something out that she should not be digging out, and we will actually speak about that meetup. So in this meetup, Slee claims RD summoned her to the restaurant to come talk about healing and what actually went down. Mind you, he's a convicted rapist and a criminal, so why would you want to hear a side of a criminal? Anyway, in this meetup, Rough Diamond details how him and Nonku were not only together, but were actually doing business together. As we know, Nonku is in the construction business. And Rough Diamond did say that he has a construction thingy for gates. They make gates. So you can see that the industries were quite similar. However, he says that she claims that he stole from her, which was all a thing of miscommunication, which Slee ultimately just runs with. So it's a thing of, so when as Slee, you would believe anyone who is basically against Nonku, which is actually what she's trying to say. Like, personally for me, I do not condone platforming abusers, knowing that he invoked a lot of pain and stress onto this lady. I don't understand, and as a woman, that's just crazy to me. So ultimately, apart from the ladies recounting the trip as well as talking about each other, the episode was quite boring. It was maybe a 6 out of 10 because nothing really happened except Amy's snooze fest of an event. However, I will definitely say that I do have a little bit of like overviews regarding each lady. And you guys might hate me, but Zama actually has grown on me. I really do think that she is a bit misunderstood. She does say terrible things. I will definitely hold her accountable for that. However, the other ladies have also said quite worse, including Amy herself. So I understand she came for your kids supposedly. However, you do say quite terrible things as well. So Zama for me is not in my good books, but she's in my okay books. I don't think she's a terrible person. Sorisha has garnered a lot of attention online regarding her rearing her ugly, snake-ish, ape-like head, which is a crazy thing to say. However, I do believe Sorisha is shaky this season because she enables a lot with her friends like Mabusi and Slee. However, she talks about people enabling Jojo and Nonku. So which one is it, Sorisha? Are you an enabler yourself? Are you a hypocrite? Like, what's going on? Then she goes on to speak about Zama and how Zama is this way. However, she's the one digging up things on Zama and trying to like provoke her and lie. And it's just like, Sorisha, what's going on with you? I'm not saying you're Mother Teresa, but you know, what's going on with you? I believe Maria needs to do a little bit more healing. I think there are a lot of things that are still bothering her from last season and in her own personal life. So I do think that she just needs to work on herself a little bit more. And I love her newfound friendship, or her newfound friendship with Joku. However, she does need to seek help from other people, which are like therapists, to work on her insecurities and just her hurt and overall trauma. Amy, as usual, just gives me nothing. Wants people to, you know, be scared of her, thinks she's big and bad because of, I don't know, her being a jailbird. However, this is not the show, my sister. Have some decorum and class. I will not actually talk about her further because she brings nothing to the show, but just overall boring vibes. And Slee. Honestly, I was a Slee fan from like the previous season, but I feel like social media has gotten her. It's made her a little bit paranoid and crazy and just a little bit more like sporadic in the behavior and just acting out. And it's like, girl, at this point it's giving Nonku fan. And I understand that Nonku has hurt her quite a bit in the past. However, she claims she's healed and moved on, but she is still harping on issues from the past and harping on Nonku and making things out of nothing. So which one is it? Nonku, my girl, you'll always be famous, but I do think you do also need to work on yourself a little bit more. I think take time off the show and just find yourself, especially because whatever you say, they do hold it against you, because sometimes you do have a thing of running your mouth. I hate that for you, but I'm glad that you're happy this season. I'm happy that you're calm with this season, especially, you know, your friendship with Jojo is growing on me. I used to think you guys were annoying, but shout out to you guys for being quite solid with each other, so kudos to that. So guys, did Maria ride that D? Well, the short answer is yes, surprisingly. However, like I said before, the situation was taken out of context and a little bit overly exaggerated to fit the narrative that they wanted it to fit. I will definitely agree and say the interaction was quite inappropriate, given the fact that she is married, so it might have just come off as a little bit inappropriate. However, like I mentioned before, Neil is gay and we don't really know how their relationship is. They might be close on that level to, you know, doing that, so who are we to judge, you know? But I understand to other ladies it might seem as quite inappropriate. However, what I don't like is that they painted it in a way of like she was trying to be malicious by actively going out of her marriage to do infidelity, which is kind of wrong, and they know it's wrong because you guys know that Neil is gay and he has a partner. So what narrative are you guys gonna push here? And that is it for the Real Housewives overview. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. We will be continuing the series on a weekly basis, and yes guys, let me know what you guys think. Was Maria's anger regarding the whole Neil situation justified? Was Slee out of pocket, knowing the kind of person he is and what he has done? Is Sorisha a secret bad girl? Is she actually the op? Let me know in the comments, guys, and please don't be shy to go on to our other socials. And this has been Be With The Tea. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Did Maria ride that D?
No, I like it.
It was the consensus of like the episode, and like, yeah, so